Hello guys, so today I'm starting a new potential series on my YouTube channel where I take you along mudlarking with me. So I recently got my mudlarking permit, which is so exciting, which means I can have a look around the Thames foreshore and have a dig around in the mud and the sand and the stone and basically see if I can find any amazing treasure and bits of history. So they call the Thames actually London's like most archaeological diverse historical dig site, which is just so exciting. There's so much you can find down there. So today I have brought you along with me to one of my favourite little beaches along the Thames. We're going to see what we can find. I'm fully kitted out. I've got my wellies, I've got some bags and hand sanitizer and gloves, all prepared for a little dig around. The things I'm most hoping to find are some bits of kind of like clay pipes, because I've got some stems but I haven't actually found a whole pipe before. I also love little bits of blue and white china. They're like my favourite things to find on the Thames. The best thing would be bottles or maybe even coins. Like that would be so exciting for me. So yeah, let's head out and see what we can find. I've come an hour and a half before the lowest tide, and apparently you can stay like 2 hours after the lowest tide point as well. So I've got a good few hours to have a little rummage and hopefully find some treasure. So exciting! I've already spotted a couple of mudlarkers heading down to the beach, so I've got competition. I'm hoping I can make some friends as well, maybe mudlarking friends. It's a proper community. Okay, this is what it's looking like an hour and a half before the lowest tide of the day. Gorgeous view. Here's another mudlarker. I don't know where the other ones I spotted have gone, but yeah, I think I'm gonna like just focus around the lowest points of the tide, because I normally like look around up here on the sand but I never have much luck. So yeah, I'm gonna go down the pebbly bits today, and this is what it looks like. So stuff like this, and it's so hard to find anything kind of good. So I'm going to get my gloves on and have a little bit of a look. Okay, the waves are quite strong. Oh, I nearly got hit by a wave. So yeah, I'm going to have to focus up here until it goes down a little bit more, I think. We've been here for a minute and we've already found our first bit of blue china. That is a very beautiful piece. I wonder if that means there's like much more around this area. Okay, this is a great example of the kind of clay pipes, the clay pipes you can see. I don't know if you see the stems here, but yeah, so far I haven't yet found a whole one, so that would be kind of cool. I feel like such a geek right now, it's unreal. Another nice bit of blue here. This bit's quite nice on both sides. It's got something quite nice on it. Look at the palm trees. That's so cute. At the end of this video I'm going to clean up all my finds and show you everything I found as well, so stay tuned to the end. Lots of oyster shells around this area, and apparently in the olden days the oysters were super cheap, so people just used to eat them and chuck the shells into the river. But this one's very pretty. Quite like those, very shiny inside. Look at that, a little bit purple china. I've never seen that before. There's loads of old china before. Look at all these beautiful pieces I found in my bag. Oh my god, I'm not going to show this, but there's the biggest dead rat next to me and I nearly just walked on it. Ew, that's so rank. That is why it's so important to wear gloves and to not make sure you wash everything and stay really clean, because you can get what's called a Thames tummy, which is where you get like a disease, I think it's called Wells disease, that you can catch from rat urine in the Thames. That is so rank. I think this might be a tooth. Cool, I wonder how old that is. Okay, this is quite cool because it looks like a really old nail that hasn't moved in a really long time. That's so cool. I have no idea where it where it's from, what it could have been used for, but I am like sinking. I don't know if you see my footsteps there though, sinking in the mud here. It is so muddy and it's a bit like quicksand. I'm praying for a pipe. God, it looks like there's loads of nails around here. I don't know if you can see them all. Oh my god, look at my shoes. I am so messy. Can you see how messy I am? But anyway, here's a bone. I don't know if you can see that. There's so many bones. I think they're mainly all animals, obviously, but very, very normal to see that whilst mudlarking. Struggling a little bit. I feel like I need a lot more practice at this. And I've been watching way too many YouTube videos where they find amazing stuff, like incredibly amazing stuff, and I'm finding it very difficult. And I'm getting covered in mud. I have found a cute little shell though. Oh my god, it's got a snail in it. Yeah, I should have bought a change of clothes because I'm not going to even be able to go into a cafe to use a toilet at this rate. I am so rank. I just want to find a pipe, to be honest. That's all I really want today. Just to find a pipe. Shell is nice though. That's very pretty. I might keep that for my aunt actually because she loves shells. That might be a nice present for her. Give it a wash. Give it a little rinse. This is pretty much, I think, the lowest the tide is going to get. So I'm quite, yeah, I've got a lot of ground to cover in not a very long space of time. But look at these amazing old, like, corroded iron chains. That is so cool. This is quite cool. Look, it's a little bit of blue china, but you can see the base of it. That's so cool. I wonder what that was. A cup or a little tea saucer or something. Didn't realise quite how quickly the tide came in. I almost got trapped on that side because the tide came in so quickly. So yeah, you need to be really careful when mudlarking and know your kind of escape routes because it can be quite surprising. Yeah, I found some beautiful bits of china. I can't wait to get home and clean them all up. The bits I found behind the sled, pipe stems, but no actual of the actual pipes. I was literally just about to leave and I was like, let me have one more look, and I think I've just found my first pipe. It's broken and it might not even be a pipe, but if it is, I'm going to be so happy because this is all I wanted on this trip. Oh my god. Okay, does that look like a pipe to you? Oh, I think it is. Oh, that's so cool. It's a tiny one, which I think means that it's really, really old. Oh my god, I am so excited. I mean, it's so broken, but it looks like it's got a pattern on it. So I'm gonna definitely take that home and clean it up. But yeah, I'm just so excited, even though that is a literal pile of rubbish. I'm so excited about that. Wow. There's also some blue there. Oh, it's all so gross and muddy, but I feel like I'm gonna have a little scan around this area now, because now that I found one pipe, there might be maybe another. I've also found this very weird looking bit of china that needs a clean. I am home and showered. I think I'm looking a little bit sunburnt. I should have put more SPF on, but I'm just about to clean all of the things that I found. So I found 2 little bags worth of bits And yeah, they are super dirty because I wasn't washing them as I was going. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a clean up now. I've got some really nice china pieces. I'm excited to show you them all. Look at my treasure! Here is everything washed up. It was actually a really successful trip. I found loads of blue china, some brown stuff. I have no idea how I'm going to like work out how far back some of these dates, but yeah, I am so happy with my little pipe. He is so cool. I'm just gonna wait for him to dry before I can get the rest of the sand out, but very happy with him. Also have no idea what this is, so I'm going to do some research basically and come back to you when I know what some of this is. So I've had a little time to kind of do some research on my finds from my mudlarking experience, and I thought I'd run you through quickly some of the bits that I found. Not that really their history, because I haven't been able to dig that deep, but just a few things that you might find interesting. So this pipe is an early 19th century Masonic clay pipe, and that means it belonged to someone who was in the Freemasons. I don't know if you guys know, but the Freemasons Hall is this big, grand, beautiful building in Holborn. I find the Freemasons very, very interesting. To me, it's kind of like the Illuminati, even though I know it's not. Yeah, the history behind this and who owned this, I would just love to see a picture of them, what they look like. And yeah, the details are so cool. I actually found a picture very similar, like almost identical to this one, so that's how I was able to kind of like, yeah, narrow it down to the Freemasons. But the details on it are beautiful. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like it's got some sort of sun and maybe like swords, and also what looks like a little, I don't know, it looks like a little like church tower or something. So yeah, very, very interesting. I love all these tiny little details running down it. It's yeah, definitely my favourite find, and it's just encouraged me even more that I could potentially find like an intact clay pipe bowl at some point. I've got a couple of bits of this kind of pottery, and I found out that this is salt glazed stoneware or 17th century Bartman pottery, which is super popular. You can find lots of this on the Thames. Bartman pottery is really, really kind of well sought after because they were basically bottles in this kind of texture and material, and they had little bearded men. I think Bartman translates to bearded man on the bottleneck, and some of the pictures, if you follow some mudlarkers, some of the pictures of the ones that have been found are beautiful. But yeah, I kind of like the idea that I found a little part of those. The thing that is just so curious is this leather kind of metal iron with nails. I just had no idea what this was, and I posted it on a mudlarking Facebook group and was like, can anyone identify what this could possibly be? I had two responses. The first was saying that most likely to be a leather clack valve from some sort of pump or bellows. So I did Google clack valve, and I guess it does look similar in that you can kind of imagine this hanging over the end of a pipe, and as the water's gushing out, this will kind of be lifted up and then it will swing back down with the weight of this when the pressure isn't strong enough. Saying that, these nails just don't look strong enough to support this weight of iron or metal. It is so heavy, this. Someone else said it could be a thick-soled boot, the only part left of it with the nails. Again, I'm not sure about that because these are so long. I just can't imagine how it is a boot. But maybe I'll put some pictures on Reddit threads as well, and if I finally work out what it specifically is, I will let you guys know. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. I do think this leather needs preserving though, because it seems to be getting quite hard and I wouldn't want it to break. So much like metal. I found this really cool like bolt and rivet kind of thing. So curious as to why this shell has a hole in it. Maybe it was used as like a tile or something in someone's bathroom. I'm not totally sure. But the majority of the things I found were just some blue and white kind of pottery. I think some of this is like English Delft ware, some of it can be Victorian. A lot of it is kind of Chinese, yeah, just blue and white pottery. But I'm just obsessed with all of the bits. I think they're so beautiful. I haven't been able to kind of work out what some of these are, the ones that aren't blue and white, but yeah, I have bought a nice little shadow box, kind of like old vintage printers drawer to present them all in. So once I get that up, I'll share a picture of that on my Instagram. I guess the last thing I should talk about is this tooth, which I originally thought was like that, but it's actually like this. And oh, it's like this makes me feel a bit ill now. I don't know why I picked it up. I think it might be some sort of pig's tooth or some sort of like, yeah, sheep or goat. But yeah, this is the tooth. Pretty gross. But I hope you've enjoyed this mudlarking video, something a bit different on my YouTube channel. Let me know if you kind of recognize anything that I've shown. I'd love to know what this is. It's so bizarre. I have no idea what it could be. I'd love to know what this kind of brick is from. So if any of you guys kind of can recognize anything in particular, I'd just love to be able to identify some more of these bits. Look at this little picture scene on this little bit of pottery. It's very, very cool. There's just so much of it, and I just find them all so beautiful. I saw a picture online actually of a woman who'd made a little necklace out of a little bit of this mudlarking treasure, which I really like the idea of as well. Let me know if you'd like to see another one of these videos, and I'll see you again soon.